Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do a wrapped loop, a wire wrapped loop. You can see it here. You're going to need round nose pliers. I use bent nose pliers. Crimping pliers for a finishing technique. And then cutters. And I use flex cutters because of that point. You're able to get it real nice and tight to the point. So I have my piece that I'm going to wrap to the earring. What you'll want to do on your wire wrap loops is you'll want to mark across several places on your round nose pliers. And you do that so that way you have uniform loops whenever you're making this. If you're making a pair of earrings, you want the same size loop for each earring. And by marking it, you can ensure that you'll have the same size loop. So this earring, I made it with a larger loop. And so I'm going to use the larger marking. So what you want to do is you're going to want to line up on the round nose pliers where the mark is. And then you want it to be about 1/4 of a millimeter. I'm really bad with measurements, I can't tell you for sure, but you see how there's not a lot of space. That's how much space you want to cut. And then what you're going to do is you're going to hold your piece in your left hand, if you're right-handed, which I am. And with your right hand, take your tool and turn it towards you. And you're going to not be able to go all the way because of the crystal. So you're going to see that it's along the lines of a 90-degree angle. Let me get it back in position. And so you have a 90-degree angle. I'm sorry, a 45-degree angle. I apologize. And you're going to take with your right thumb, you're going to push it over the top of your round nose pliers, and you're going to see now you can't go all the way down because the pliers in the way. That's when you're going to flip your plier up, and see now you can go back around and finish it. So you have your loop. And then what I do is I attach my pieces directly to the ear wire. So I string the ear wire on right away. I don't use jump rings. And then, so it's there. Here's your ear wire. And then I use my round nose pliers to hold them in place. So you're going to want to keep it as close to the plier as you can. And then this is where I use my bent nose pliers, just because I find that it gives you a lot of tension. Then you're going to take it and you're going to wrap slowly. Now this time I'm wrapping towards me. Usually I wrap away from me. That's going to be preference. But if you go nice and slow, you will be able to line up those loops. And so I've wrapped it as far as I can go. Excuse me. And then I take my flex cutters and I cut it as close to the bottom, close to the edge as I can. When you're cutting wire, you always want to keep a finger over it so it doesn't go flying. So then you're going to see that there's a little bit of a dangle, and that's where the crimp pliers come in. You take that second hole, no, the first hole, I apologize, the first hole, and you smush it around. And so what that did was that exposed a little bit more of the wire for me to, and I apologize, it's not in focus there. And I can clip again. And then I'm going to take my crimp nose pliers again and I'm going to tighten them up. And see, so what that does is that gives you a nice finished wire wrap loop. Thanks!